I slammed the door behind me, rain soaking through my jacket as thunder cracked overhead, but it was her voice on the phone that truly shattered the night. "Come over, Alessia. Don't go home alone tonight." My best friend's older sister, Jamie, had never spoken to me like that. Raw, urgent, laced with something unspoken that made my heart race despite the storm raging inside me. The rain pelted against the windshield like angry accusations as I drove through the quiet streets of suburban Seattle. It was late September, the kind of Pacific Northwest evening where the chill seeped into your bones, mirroring the cold dread building in my chest. I just stormed out of my parents' house after another explosive argument about my choices, code for them discovering I was gay. At 22, fresh out of college and crashing back into my childhood bedroom while job hunting, I felt like a failure. But Jamie's call cut through the fog. "My place is empty tonight. Sarah's at a sleepover with friends," she said, referring to my best friend, her little sister. Sarah and I had been inseparable since high school, sharing secrets over late-night pizza runs and hikes in the Cascades. Jamie, 5 years older, had always been the cool, distant figure, confident, with her sharp wit and effortless style, running her own graphic design freelance gig from a converted garage apartment. I pulled up to their family's craftsman-style home in the Queen Anne neighborhood, the porch light glowing like a beacon. Jamie opened the door before I could knock, her dark hair tied back, wearing oversized sweats that somehow looked chic on her. "You look like a drowned rat," she teased, but her eyes held concern. She pulled me inside, handing me a towel and a mug of hot cocoa spiked with peppermint, her signature comfort drink. We settled on the couch, the living room filled with the scent of lavender candles and the faint hum of the city outside. Sarah was out, as promised, leaving us alone in a space that suddenly felt intimate. As the storm howled, we talked. At first it was surface stuff, my job search and marketing, her latest client drama. But then it deepened. "Parents can be assholes," she said softly, her hand brushing mine as she refilled my mug. I froze at the touch, electricity sparking through me. I'd always admired Jamie from afar, her quiet strength after their parents' divorce, how she stepped up for Sarah. But tonight vulnerability cracked her facade. She confessed her own struggles. A recent breakup with a guy who cheated, leaving her questioning everything. "I thought I had it figured out," she whispered. "But love, it's messy." Messy didn't begin to cover it. As the hours ticked by, our conversation turned personal. I opened up about my coming out, the rejection stinging fresh. Jamie listened, her gaze unwavering, and for the first time, I saw her not as Sarah's sister, but as a woman beautiful, complex, with laughter lines that crinkled when she smiled. When she suggested I crash on the couch instead of driving home in the rain, I agreed without hesitation. Little did I know that simple invitation was the spark that would ignite a firestorm. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the windows, casting a warm glow over the kitchen where Jamie was making pancakes. Sarah burst in from her sleepover, oblivious, chattering about some drama at her community college. I helped set the table, our eyes meeting across the room with a secret shared smile. It felt innocent then, but as days turned to weeks, Jamie's texts became frequent. "Coffee after work? Or movie night? Sarah's out." I found excuses to visit, drawn to her like a moth to flame. Our bond grew in stolen moments. A hike in Discovery Park, where we sat on a bluff overlooking Puget Sound, sharing dreams. "I want to travel, see the world beyond this rain," she said, her head leaning on my shoulder. My heart pounded, but I pushed it down. She was straight, right? Until one evening, after a bottle of wine and a tearful confession about her ex, she kissed me. Soft, tentative, then deepening with a hunger that mirrored my own. "I've never felt this before," she murmured against my lips. In that instant the world shifted. We were falling fast and hard into something forbidden. But secrets have a way of festering. Sarah noticed the lingering glances, the inside jokes. "You two are weirdly close lately," she joked one night over dinner. Jamie laughed it off but guilt gnawed at me. This wasn't just any romance. It was laced with betrayal potential. Jamie was still figuring herself out, experimenting in the shadows while I was all in, my heart exposed. As autumn leaves fell, so did our inhibitions, but cracks began to show. Jamie pulled back sometimes, haunted by societal expectations, her conservative extended family whispering about traditional values. The first real conflict hit during Thanksgiving. The family gathered at their aunt's house in Tacoma, turkey and tension thick in the air. Jamie's ex showed up uninvited, courtesy of meddling relatives hoping for reconciliation. He cornered her in the kitchen, pleading. I watched from afar, jealousy burning like acid. Later, in the guest room where I was staying at Sarah's insistence, Jamie slipped in. It's nothing, she assured, but her kiss felt desperate. We made promises in the dark, vowing to tell Sarah soon. Yet doubt crept in. Was I just a rebound, a phase? By Christmas, our relationship was a whirlwind of passion and pain. Stolen weekends in cozy cabins near Mount Rainier, where we'd hike hand in hand, sharing stories of childhood dreams. Jamie opened up about her bisexuality, a revelation she'd buried for years. You make me feel seen, she said, tears in her eyes. But back in reality, the pressure mounted. Sarah confronted me one day at a coffee shop in Capitol Hill. Are you and Jamie? Her eyes widened in shock when I nodded. Betrayal flashed across her face. How could you? She's my sister. The fallout was brutal. Sarah felt sidelined, like our friendship was a lie. Jamie wavered, torn between us. In a heated argument at home, words flew like daggers. This isn't real. Jamie snapped in panic, regretting it instantly. I stormed out, heart shattered. For weeks, silence reigned. I threw myself into a new job at a tech startup, trying to move on, but memories haunted me. Her laugh, her touch, the way she made rainy days feel warm. Then a turning point. Jamie showed up at my apartment on New Year's Eve, soaked from the rain, much like that first night. I can't lose you, she sobbed. We talked through the night, unpacking the hurt. Reconciliation with Sarah came slowly, through honest conversations and time. By spring, we were rebuilding stronger. But life threw another curveball. A job offer for Jamie in New York. The distance loomed, testing our bond. As cherry blossoms bloomed in Seattle's parks, symbolizing fragile beauty, our relationship hung in the balance. Jamie's graphic design career had taken off. A prestigious firm in Manhattan wanted her for a lead position. It's my dream, she said over dinner at a quaint bistro in Pike Place Market, her eyes sparkling with excitement but shadowed by worry. I forced a smile, my fork pushing salmon around the plate. At 23 now, I'd stabilized with my marketing role, but the thought of her leaving gutted me. We'll make it work, I insisted, but doubt whispered otherwise. The weeks leading to her move were a mix of bliss and agony. We savored every moment. Picnics in Gasworks Park, watching ferries glide across the Sound. Late-night drives along the coast, stopping at viewpoints to kiss under starlit skies. Jamie's vulnerability deepened our connection. I've never loved like this, she confessed one evening, as we lay on a blanket in Volunteer Park, fingers intertwined. Her words mended the scars from our earlier fight, but Sarah's lingering unease added tension. Though she'd forgiven us, family dinners felt awkward, unspoken judgments hanging like fog. Conflict escalated when Jamie's family learned of the move and our relationship. Her mother, a devout Catholic remarried to a conservative banker, cornered her during a visit. This phase. It's not you, she said, implying my influence. Jamie defended us fiercely, but the words wounded. That night, she broke down in my arms. What if they're right? What if I'm not ready? Her doubt ignited my insecurities. Had our love been built on convenience, a safe harbor after her breakup? The betrayal came unexpectedly, like a summer squall. 2 days before her flight, I found messages on her phone, innocent at first glance, but from her ex, miss our talks. NYC could be a fresh start for us. Jamie swore it was nothing, just closure. But the seed of mistrust sprouted. We argued fiercely in her packed apartment, boxes labeled fragile mocking our state. You reached out to him? I accused, tears streaming. She admitted it, explaining loneliness during our rough patch. I was scared, she pleaded, but fear turned to fury. I left, slamming the door, echoing our first stormy night. Heartbroken, I sought solace in Sarah. We met at our old high school hangout, a diner with greasy burgers and endless coffee refills. She's an idiot, Sarah said, hugging me, but she urged reconciliation. Jamie's messed up, but she loves you. I wrestled with forgiveness wandering Seattle's streets, from the bustling Space Needle to quiet alleys in Ballard. Memories flooded. Our first kiss whispered promises. Love wasn't perfect. It was human, flawed. On moving day, I showed up at the airport. Jamie's face lit with surprise and hope. "I can't go without fixing this," she said, pulling me aside. We talked amid the chaos of departures, laying bare our fears. She deleted her ex's number, vowing transparency. "You're my future," she declared. We parted with a kiss, promising visits and video calls. Long distance began, a test of endurance. Months blurred into a rhythm of flights and FaceTime. I visited New York in fall, marveling at her tiny Brooklyn apartment overlooking brownstones. We explored Central Park, hand in hand amid falling leaves, rekindling passion. But distance bred loneliness. Jamie thrived in the city's energy, networking at gallery openings, while I felt stuck in Seattle's drizzle. Jealousy flared when she mentioned a new colleague, Elena, a charismatic artist who shared her world. The high drama peaked during a winter visit. Snow blanketed Manhattan as I arrived for Christmas. Jamie seemed distant, her phone buzzing constantly. One night after a Broadway show, I confronted her. "Is there someone else?" The truth tumbled out. Elena had confessed feelings and Jamie, in a moment of weakness, had kissed her. "It meant nothing," she cried. "I was lonely, missing you." Betrayal hit like a blizzard, raw, blinding. I fled into the night, hailing a cab to the airport, ignoring her calls. Back in Seattle, isolation consumed me. Sarah flew out, forcing me to face the pain. "Love hurts, but quitting isn't you," she said. Therapy helped unpack it. My abandonment fears from my parents' rejection mirroring this. Jamie bombarded me with apologies, letters detailing her regret. "I chose wrong in a panic. You're my anchor." Spring brought tentative healing. We met halfway in Chicago for a weekend, neutral ground. Tears flowed as we dissected the infidelity. "I betrayed us," Jamie admitted. "But I want to earn back your trust." Her sincerity cracked my walls. We rebuilt slowly with boundaries. Couples counseling via Zoom, open communication. By summer, she transferred back to a Seattle branch, prioritizing us over ambition. Our renewed bond felt deeper, forged in fire. We moved in together. A cozy apartment in Fremont with views of Lake Union. Sarah became our biggest supporter, hosting barbecues where laughter drowned out past hurts. Yet scars remained, reminders of humanity's fragility. Life in our new home was a delicate dance of rediscovery. Mornings started with coffee on the balcony, watching joggers along the Burke-Gilman Trail, hands clasped in quiet contentment. Jamie's return to Seattle meant compromises. A less glamorous job but more time for us. I thrived at work, landing a promotion while she freelanced again, her designs gracing local magazines. Our love, once tempestuous, evolved into something steady, laced with the wisdom of survival. But old wounds festered subtly. Trust wasn't rebuilt overnight. Small things triggered doubts. A late night at the office, a vague text. We attended therapy religiously, unpacking layers. "Betrayal isn't the end," our counselor said. "It's a chance to choose each other anew." Jamie proved her commitment daily. Surprise notes, weekend getaways to the San Juan Islands, where we'd kayak and share dreams under endless skies. Sarah's role shifted from mediator to confidant. She started dating a kind guy from her class, bringing balance to our dynamic. Family gatherings improved. Jamie's mom, after heartfelt talks, began accepting us, attending Pride events tentatively. "Love is love," she conceded over Easter brunch. It felt like progress in a divided America, where acceptance varied by zip code. Yet external pressures mounted. The political climate heated up with elections looming, anti-LGBT rhetoric echoing in news cycles. Jamie, ever the activist, volunteered at local organizations, dragging me along to rallies in Pioneer Square. "We fight for our right to exist," she'd say, fire in her eyes. It bonded us, but exhaustion crept in. One evening, after a particularly grueling protest, we argued about priorities. "You're burning out," I warned. She snapped. "And you're too cautious." The word stung, reopening insecurities. The next betrayal wasn't romantic but emotional. A secret Jamie kept. She'd been offered a dream project in LA, requiring months away. Instead of discussing, she accepted, fearing my reaction. I found out via an email ping on her laptop. How could you hide this? I demanded, voice breaking. It echoed her past infidelity, trust fracturing again. I thought we'd handle it together, she explained tearfully. But the omission felt like deceit. We separated temporarily, me crashing with Sarah. The city felt empty without her. Coffee shops lonely, parks echoing absence. Reflection hit hard. Our love was profound but codependent. I journaled, hiked solo in the Olympics, finding inner strength. Jamie did the same, emailing daily reflections. I realize now hiding was my fear of losing you. But honesty is our foundation. Reunion came during a summer festival in Seattle Center. Amid fireworks and crowds we met, apologies flowing. We'll decide together, she promised. She turned down LA, choosing us. But I encouraged a compromise. Short trips, maintaining her career. Balance restored, our relationship deepened with maturity. Fall brought unexpected joy. We adopted a rescue dog, a scruffy mutt named Luna, who forced us into routines of walks and play. She symbolized our commitment, nurturing something together. Friends envied our resilience. We became that couple sharing advice at dinner parties. Yet privately, emotions ran deep. Anniversaries of our first kiss brought tears, gratitude for the journey. As winter approached, a health scare tested us further. Jamie found a lump, leading to biopsies and anxious waits. I held her through nights of fear, our love a shield. Benign, thankfully, but it humanized us. Life's fragility underscoring our bond. You're my everything, she whispered post-results, in a hospital room bathed in sterile light. Healing extended to family. A road trip to Yellowstone with Sarah bridged gaps, laughter echoing in geysers steam. Back home we hosted holidays, creating traditions. Our story, once drama-filled, became one of quiet triumph. With the new year came resolutions. More adventures, less fear. We planned a cross-country drive, tracing Route 66 from Chicago to LA, symbolizing our path from turmoil to peace. Packing the car with snacks and playlists, excitement buzzed. Sarah waved us off, dog-sitting Luna. Bring back stories, she called. The journey mirrored our relationship. Smooth stretches interspersed with bumps. In Illinois' flatlands we shared childhood tales, laughing over farm stops. Oklahoma's red dirt brought deeper talks. Jamie's lingering guilt over past betrayals. Forgive me fully? She asked under a starry sky. I have, I replied, meaning it. Trust, rebuilt brick by brick, felt solid. Challenges arose in Texas heat. A flat tire in the desert, forcing teamwork. As we changed it, sweat-soaked, I realized our strength lay in unity. New Mexico's pueblos inspired reflection on heritage. Jamie's mixed Irish-Italian roots clashing with my Vietnamese-American background, blended in America's melting pot. We discussed futures, marriage, kids? Someday, we agreed, rings glinting in sunlight. Arizona's Grand Canyon was our high point, literally. Standing on the rim, vast chasm below, Jamie proposed. Through storms and sun, will you? Tears flowed as I said yes. The ring, simple silver with an emerald, symbolized growth. We celebrated in a roadside diner, toasting with milkshakes. But drama lurked. In California, nearing LA, Jamie's ex called. Out of the blue, needing closure. She hung up immediately, transparent. Yet it stirred old jealousies. Why now? I questioned. She reassured, but tension simmered. At Venice Beach, waves crashing, we argued. Your past haunts us. I yelled. She countered. And yours? Your family's rejection. Hurtful truths surfaced, but we cooled off with a walk, apologizing under palm trees. The trip ended in Seattle, home sweeter for the absence. Engaged now, we planned a small wedding in the Arboretum, cherry blossoms as witnesses. Invitations went out, including to Jamie's mom, who accepted warmly. Sarah, maid of honor, helped with details, her support unwavering. Pre-wedding jitters brought emotional depths. Therapy sessions intensified, addressing fears. Love isn't painless, Jamie said. But it's worth it. Our vows reflected that. Promises of honesty, resilience. The wedding day dawned clear, rare Seattle sun. In white dresses, we exchanged rings amid loved ones. Sarah's toast. From betrayal to bliss, you two teach us hope. Honeymoon in Hawaii followed, beaches and sunsets sealing our chapter. Back home, life normalized with purpose. We volunteered at LGBT youth centers, sharing our story to inspire. Struggles shape us, we'd say. Jamie's career flourished locally, mine too. Luna grew, our family complete for now. Yet life's unpredictability struck again. A car accident, minor, but Jamie's concussion scared us. Hospital vigils reminded of vulnerability. Recovery strengthened bonds, gratitude flowing. As years passed, this story spans a couple years, but emotions timeless. Our love, once dramatic, became a beacon of humanity. Flawed, forgiving, profound. Settled into married life, our apartment buzzed with routine joy. Mornings. Jamie sketching at the table, me brewing coffee, Luna begging for scraps. Evenings. Cooking Italian feasts, debating politics over wine. The drama of our early days faded, replaced by steady romance. Notes in lunchboxes, spontaneous dances in the kitchen. But personnel growth continued. I pursued a master's in communications. Nights studying while Jamie supported. She launched a design studio, hiring interns from diverse backgrounds. Success felt shared, our partnership equal. Conflicts arose, milder now. Disagreements over finances, where to vacation. We navigated with communication, lessons from past storms. Sarah's wedding to her boyfriend brought family closer. We stood as bridesmaids, full circle. A pivotal moment. Adopting a child. After discussions, we fostered a teen girl, Mia, from a troubled home. Her story echoed mine, rejection for being queer. Guiding her through, our love extended, humanitarian at core. You're safe here, Jamie told her, eyes soft. Mia thrived, our family expanding. The climax of our arc came during a national crisis, an anti-LGBT bill debate. Jamie testified in Olympia, sharing our journey. Love conquers betrayal, fear, she declared. I watched proudly, her courage inspiring. Backlash followed. Online trolls, but support outweighed. It unified us, turning personal pain into advocacy. Years later, on our 10th anniversary, we renewed vows on that same bluff in Discovery Park. Sarah, Mia, family present. From a stormy invitation to forever, Jamie toasted. Emotions swelled. Gratitude for the drama that forged us. Our story ends not in fairy tale perfection, but human triumph. Betrayals taught forgiveness, conflicts, resilience. In America's mosaic, our lesbian love stood as testament. Deep, romantic, enduring. We faced the world together, hearts intertwined, proving love's power to heal and humanize.